Next question goes first to Pat LaMarche. With so much of Maine's North Woods rapidly coming up for sale and changing hands, what, if anything, should the state do to protect remote special places, and should preservation of traditional recreation activities, including hunting and snowmobiling, be necessary for any public purchase?
Well, I think that areas need to be scoped out. There need to be areas for four-wheeling and snowmobiling and having a good old down-home good time that you can have with a mechanized machine. I don't have one. I have snowshoes and I have cross-country skis, which I enjoy being out in the woods with, and there should be a place for me too where I don't hear those good old down-home mechanized machines. So, but Maine's a big place, and all that land that used to be Mother Warren and Great Northern Paper, and we could count on just running around in their land or getting a 99-year lease for $1, those days are long gone. There aren't paper companies that own our woods anymore. They're development companies, and we need to face up to that. So we made a promise a long time ago. I didn't make it, but I wouldn't mind keeping it, of $100 million invested. $20 million a year to make sure that we get the things that come up for sale so that they don't go elsewhere. Then we provide for recreational use of both kinds. I think we also need to be funding the Inland Fisheries and Wildlife Department out of the general fund so that we don't just make it completely dependent on hunting and fishing licenses, so that all disciplines inside that enjoy the inner workings of the Maine woods get represented and get the proper amount of voice in a very important agency in the state that has the ability to say how the woods are used. Thanks.
Thank you. Philip Morris Napier.
Well, I'm against development up in the North Woods, but I see the way of protecting the North Woods totally different than others. I don't want to grab from this bunch and grab money from that bunch. I want to redo our entire tax system, do away with the income tax. We're a nation of goods and services. We tax our goods, but we don't tax our services. I say tax goods and services. Do away with the income tax, which applies to hundreds of thousands of people, but millions and millions of people pay the sales tax here. Increase the sales tax in order to raise all the monies necessary in order to do all those things that we want to do in our society, or that we want our government to do for us. And purchasing land and setting it aside to save it from the developers, I think, is a worthwhile purpose for every one of us, because it's saving our land for us and our children for our enjoyment and recreation. It's not giving it into the hands of a few wealthy people.
Thank you very much. Chandler Woodcock?
The North Woods of Maine is in effect in many areas up for sale now. We all appreciate that, and it has impacted many of those purchases, our access to the northern part of the state. For many who live in that area, the loss of traditional use, and traditional youth too, I suppose, has, as is the case with many others, has seriously changed their style of life. And I was an opponent of the Katahdin Lake project in the Senate, one of the few to do so, because I am a staunch supporter of traditional use in the state. For centuries, we have been able to use the woods and waters of this state, all of us, in a meaningful fashion. And I think we should continue to be able to do so. To answer the question directly, what should we do to help the situation of purchasing of land in the northern part of the state? I think it would be very important for us to consider offering incentives for the management of that land to preserve the traditional use that many of us have enjoyed.
Thank you. Barbara Merrill.
Thank you. This is a place where excessive partisanship has really gotten in the way of our ability to be able to put enough money into the land for Maine's future. And what do I mean by that? We have had a policy of, under Governor Baldacci and the Democratic leadership, of systematically pushing through single-party budgets. And in response, the Republicans, who have not been included in a bipartisan fashion for many of the most significant budgets, have refused to go along with sufficient bonding for our roads, our highways, bonding for the land for Maine's future. The Katahdin Lake issue last session was such a shame that it ended up being the fight that it was. It didn't need to be that fight. We should have had the money in the Lands for Maine's Future to be able to secure enough acreage next to Katahdin Lake or adjacent to the lands that we wanted to preserve in a pristine way, so that Maine, that Maine folks can go up there and enjoy traditional uses. I own about 80 acres in Appleton, And I proudly keep that land open for my neighbors to hunt on. For my neighbors, I have 2 snowmobile trails on my land. And it wasn't that way from the beginning, but after I had lived there for a while, I realized that more and more land is being taken away from my neighbors, and I took all of the signs off so that folks can come on and enjoy the land. Our lands are at risk. Traditional activities are at risk, and we need to find a balance.
Thank you very much. John Baldacci.
When I visited Baxter State Park, it was the first time, it was the 100th anniversary of his first visit. And I looked up at the mountain and I said to myself, I said, Governor Baxter left big shoes for me to fill. Governor Baxter's vision needed to be completed with Katahdin Lakes. It is the most beautiful, gorgeous place that you can ever imagine. And to be able to have that jewel there for my son and for all of the children and grandchildren of all of us for future generation was such a huge opportunity for us to take that I felt it was in all of our responsibilities to make sure our generation did that for future generation. It's a shame, frankly, that we can't have bipartisan support on the Land for Maine Futures program. When I was in the legislature, it was first developed by Governor McKernan, Republican governor with a Democratic legislature. Their first bond issue was $35 million. I can't get $35 million out of the current legislature in 2006 because we can't get the Republican leadership support. We can't have a seat at the table. I'm going around raising money privately so that we can have those jewels of Maine. Maine should never be in that position. We have 2 of our most precious natural resources, our children and our natural resources. And we should do everything possible to preserve and protect them. It's in all of our interests. Why do you think everybody's coming to Maine? Why do you think Maine is the 4th or 5th fastest growing state in the country? It's our quality of life and our natural resources are critical to it. And to protect this for future generations is too important.
Thank you very much.
So it may have been difficult, but the fight was worth it.
Thank you.